Hey guys, Zoe here from the Starcraftsquad. So, a lot of you ask about coaching. A lot of you want coaching, but don't really understand how it goes. So, earlier today, I was coaching someone for a 3-hour session, and I just recorded part of it. Like the way I do it is the first half of the training is replay analysis. He sends me in replays, and we just go through it together, and I point out everything we've done. And the second half is we're playing it together. I have him play with my friends, and I'm talking into his ear. I recorded part of the replay analysis part, so we're just gonna dive straight into it, and you guys are just going to see what it's like to be coached through the replay analysis portion of the game. And then, yeah, so we're just going to dive straight into it. When I recorded this, there's no intro for the video. It's just me coaching, so don't expect me to be talking to you guys. This is just me coaching, 100% coaching. So, yeah, see you guys in the at the end of this video. I'll make a little announcement at the end. We're going to go ahead and play this. We're going to go at faster speed instead of the ×2 and ×4 we have been doing. And I'm just we're gonna focus. We're gonna set the everyone vision this time, but we're still gonna be focusing primarily on your side, because I want to point out to you everything that you're doing wrong and what you're seeing from him that are openings for you, and then you're not taking them.
Sure. Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and press play right now, and we're just gonna focus intently on your play early game. Like I said before, I think your main problem is that the reason you're in this league is because early game and almost to the mid game-ish, you are just losing to cheeses, or you're just totally unprepared for something, and you just lose.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, we're just gonna watch your build order. I mean, it's the same build order as before. Looks like you're going to be doing the same. Yep, we're gonna do the 10 drone extractor trick.
Yeah.
And from him, your scouting right off the bat from my notes last game was pretty off. You even said it yourself that you didn't enjoy how your scouting went. Here you go.
With the overload?
With your drone.
Oh, right.
Now, with this overlord, you do send it to your natural. You said you like to put it over here to watch for cheeses and stuff.
Right, yeah.
You can do that with your second overlord, like I said in the previous replay.
Okay.
You can go ahead and send it to this first overlord to either corner, really. It just gets there quicker, and you get your second overlord out there just in time to see any form of bunker rush nighting. I mean, unless he does some super cheesy thing, the overlord will be getting there right as he's putting a bunker down, but they would have to be like an 8 depot, 10 barracks, and that would just be stupid. That would be horrible. So you are scouting. You do come over to the bottom right first, and like you said, you try to send your drone to the top right, but he was excuse me, he was walled off, so you ended up wasting time, and you didn't notice that. So here comes your drone going to the top right now. You are going pulling gas first before expand. I find it as Zerg that it's really not that hard to hold off bunker rushes with a 15 hatch. It's all preference, though. I mean, if you're not comfortable with doing a 15 hatch, there's always going to pull gas before expand. It's all, like I said, it's all on you.
Yeah, I like to speed lane expand in this matchup.
Okay, and then it's all up to you, like I said. But for the most part, if 15 hatch is going to be economically better, and once you're comfortable with holding off bunker rushes when you 15 hatch, you might as well just do it every game. So it's something you can work on.
Yeah.
Your scouting drone is walking. It just ran past his base because don't queue up your scouting drones like this. You don't ever want to do that. You want to manually be doing the scouting. It helps increase your APM, and then it avoids something like this, where you just completely walk past his base, and now you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? Oh, wait, he's walled off. So go ahead, don't do the rally points. It's not a good thing to do.
Okay.
It just helps your APM increase, and then right now you are getting your speed, which is great. I love that. You have 2 guys in gas, because you're already reaching your speed. Probably should have taken 2 out and left 1 in there.
Okay, yeah, I usually pull 1 off because I like to get a pretty fast baneling nest.
Yeah, it's always good in that early baneling nest, especially when you're in the gold league. You get cheese a lot.
Yeah.
I just find it, leaving 1 in until you get the baneling nest is fine, and then putting 3 back in later. Just slightly better. Now you are moving out your zerglings. You are doing a little bit of scouting. Now your drone's still in the top left. You haven't really realized yet, like, oh, I haven't scouted anything. And
that was so bad.
Scouting is so key. I mean, look right now. His barracks has a reactor on it. You would have scouted that, and you're like, okay, he's going some early marine build. They're on a couple spots.
Yeah.
Now, you're just now getting your first queen. Not good. And your expansion is up, but you haven't transferred any drones. Both are really big mistakes right there. You want to transfer about 6 drones down to the expansion as soon as it finishes. Because if a push comes right now, that bunker rush comes right now, you have no drones down there to stop, kill that SUV, and you could have already had a spine or 2 down already as well.
Huh. Okay, yeah, I never transfer. I've never seen, like, the point, because my main's not saturated, so I'm like, what's the point?
It's definitely worth it for the defense, because you never know what's going to come at you, so just transfer those drones down there. Your queen is up. Now, from what your mindset have been from the last 2 games, you feel like you need to have queens devoted to creeping. What I do with my first queen in my main is I do first larva inject as soon as it's out, and with my second 25 energy, I skip a larva inject and I put a creep tumor down to immediately connect the creep between my bane and my natural, and then and get creep expand. You do not need that 3rd and 4th queen to start your creep expand. Now your natural queen isn't even being built yet, so there's still a huge problem there.
Right. Yeah, I'm still fleshing out my speedling expand build. It's not very good right now.
Yeah, you got banelings really, really early there. Not necessary. You're controlling the Zelnaga towers for the most part. You might lose this over here. I don't remember if you lose it or not, but that's not good if you do. But you scouted him finally, and you see the reactor, so you know what's going on.
Right.
And you just need to control the Zelnaga towers like you are trying to do. This is why you don't want banelings this early, because if you had all those banelings that were still lings, you could have came over here, ran and cleaned up these Zelnaga towers, killed 2 Marines for free, and saved that Overlord. So now you're pretty supply block, 36 out of 28. So you don't really need the banelings that early. You morph the banelings in, like you have the Zelnaga towers for a reason. Marines aren't the fastest unit on the planet. You'll see them coming. By the time the Zelnaga tower sees them, you can morph those banelings in, and you could have been droning this entire time and saving that minerals and gas. Now, income Chab shows you 28 to 25. That's pretty good. But, I mean, your main has a lot of drones in it. It's slightly over the minimum saturation that you want. So there could be more drones at your natural making you money. And you still don't have that queen at your natural. You need a queen for every hatchery.
Right.
As soon as it finishes. The amount of units you're missing out on is just insane. Now, your Overlord spread is looking pretty okay. They could be in better position. But you don't control the Zelnaga tower, so you don't know what is coming. So think of if you had that creep tumor down from the first queen. Right now he's sitting at actually 50 energy. You can throw it on a creep tumor. It's only 25 energy and still have enough for the larva inject. So think if you had that after the first larva inject, you put that creep tumor down, your creep would actually be moving away from your natural by now. So when this first push comes at you, you wouldn't be in such a bad position that you are in. Now you are moving forward your spine collars, but which is good. But your creep could be a lot further out. And right now you don't have the Zelnaga tower, so as we can see here, they're getting ready for an attack soon. I mean, he's supply blocked himself because he's bad, but for the most part, you know, you be seeing when everything's coming, you don't own any of the Zelnaga towers. I mean, you have good Overlord spread, but they're getting intercepted. Look at this Marine picking off that Overlord. You had more speedlings. I mean, you have enough to go kill it, which you should have done. You should just, controlling the Zelnaga towers. There's Marines all over the place that you could be sniping with these lings, which you are sending these lings over now. Oh, you're going to be killing off that Marine. Now, right now you're nothing's really going on. I mean, it's the 10-minute mark. There hasn't been an engagement. You have a lot of banelings in your base, which is unnecessary. You don't want to build you want to have some units in preparation for that inevitable attack, but you want to wait until you see the attack coming to make most of them. You could have been cutting Zerglings here and making those drones, and right now you just wasted a baneling on that Marine in your main. Because you weren't paying attention. You don't want to have those banelings that far forward. You want to have them, back by your hatchery. Right now, you should even have these banelings, to be honest. They should not be in the game at all right now. Now, you are getting that Spire. You're still on 2 bases, though. I mean, 10-minute mark, 2 bases, this long, you could be affording a third. Now, think of if you use that second creep, skip that second inject and put a creep tumor down. Your creep would probably be closer to the Zelnaga tower than not.
Yeah.
And banelings without speed, which they don't have speed, are slow as hell off creep. So when this push comes with these siege tanks and they are stationed outside of your natural, now you just saw your Overlord die. You see the Zelnaga tower that these guys are coming in, but you're leaving all these lings here and he's just getting free kills. You need to be constantly watching that minimap and pull them back immediately. Now you do see, you are taking your third, a little bit late, but this is, it's okay. But your creep spread, as you said when we were watching the first time through, is disgusting, especially against this type of play. You say you hate dealing with siege tanks. This is probably one of the problems. Right now, look at that. You're not having your units on hold position, and you're just losing units. Each time a siege blast hits, you're going to send, these units are going to run at them, and these overlords are just going to get picked off, and that is not a good thing. You're about to lose 2 overlords. And he's getting ready to, do some siege push. He's very close to being in range of you. These overlords here are starting to move forward. You're pulling them back. That's good. You have 5 mutas on the way, but you're going to be being really risky with them, right? So right now, he did a little bit of poke. You didn't have these units on hold position, so you lost a lot of banelings. Here comes some more. Look at these siege tanks just eating up your banelings. These are not easy or cheap units. Now, what you said when we first watched replay was, you said that you think it's worthwhile for you to sacrifice mutas as long as you get the siege tanks. That is horrible, horrible thought process. You don't ever want to waste mutas. Ever.
Right. I mean, I know that in general, but I mean, for how bad I am, like.
But it's not that you're that bad. It's these small little mistakes like this one, thinking that it was worth killing those siege tanks for those mutas. If you just didn't do that, think of how much better you would be you'd be diamond, like. And your creep spread right now, these banelings aren't going to connect that well. If he had stim, it's 13 minutes into the game, and this Terran does not have stim. There was no way he should have lost a single unit to that baneling attack you just did. So there's so much more. Like, this guy is obviously garbage that you're playing. And these small little mistakes you fix would easily make you crush him. Just destroy him. So
yeah.
Your third is finished. You don't have a queen building there, but you have 4 queens right now, so you can easily transform them. But right now you just have a lot of queens. You're not handling your larva jacks. This one queen in your main that's been there the entire time is sitting on 200 energy almost. You should never be missing larva injects. You need to be constantly hitting that queen keybind and constantly injecting larva. There's a little trick you can do. If you press whatever keybind your queen is, and you press V, all you have to do is click the hatchery on the mini-map, and that queen will inject the larva on that hatchery. You don't even have to be looking at it. So say you're focusing on your muta mass over here. All you gotta do is watch, we're following your mutas. You hit 3, you hit V, and you click that hatchery on the mini-map. It'll automatically inject larva on that hatchery, and you're still watching your mutalisk. You don't ever have to stop harassing.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep. And right now, you got that siege tank, but you lost 2 mutas for the cost of it. I mean, right now, you've produced maybe like almost 20 mutas right now. You have 2 harassing, and you're about to lose them. Look in the main base right now of the Terran player. You just threw away 2 mutas for nothing. You don't see him running around the siege tanks like aimlessly into Zerglings.
Yeah.
Why give him these free kills? Now you're just now starting to work on your creep expand. You're getting another queen at your third, but you already have 4 queens built. If you're gonna have a queen dedicated to the creep spread, you only need 1. I mean, look at the 2 you have dedicated to the creep spread. One of them has 100 energy now. One of them 75. You can put down as many creep tumors as you want with no cooldown. So you could be placing down 4 creep tumors and expending your creep like crazy, and then have one of them injecting larva. So you don't need 2 queens dedicated for creep. That's a waste of 150 minerals. And right now you're not even, you don't even have all your queens keybound. You need to have all your, with the mini-map trick, you can have all your queens keybound to 1 hatchery or 1 keybind, and you're just able to inject easily. So now you have free keybinds now that you can use on your army.
Will it target? Will it automatically use the queen who's closest?
Yes, it always will use the queen that's closest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. So right now,
wow. Okay.
You don't have any Evo chambers, so if Banshees were to come, well, I guess you don't need that. You have the layer for the Overseer, but you don't have. You're just now getting the Evo chambers. There we go. So you're really slow on the upgrades. You are getting your infestors. Now, I have a bone to pick with you with the way you use the infestors. That just was ew. We're gonna talk about that when that comes along, though. But right now, look at these creep tumors you have that aren't being used. Okay, so I'm guessing you don't know that if you click the creep tumor, you can spawn an additional creep tumor.
No, I do know that.
Okay, just doesn't look like you're doing that. So I guess you do. Okay, well, just use your creep tumors. Like, you should be constantly using these creep tumors every 15 seconds and injecting a new one down. That's how you get your creep spread really quick out. Your third base, no drones at it. I mean, you're not even using it to build units. Your 4th base is going down, but, I mean, what's the point? Right now you only have 44 drones at the 18-minute mark, and you have lost 0 drones to harassment. 18-minute mark, you should be almost at the maximum drones you want. 80, excuse me, 80-ish. So right now, you're not even close there. You just build a bunch, you're at 63, but, I mean, you should have been at the 80-point mark a couple minutes ago. Now, your 4th is almost done. And at this point, with the amount of creep spread you should have been doing, you should have your 4th connected, and you should have creep pretty close to his base.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, so your creep sped is obviously, it's a slight problem here, but it could be worse. Now, your main's almost mined out. Your natural is doing okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I got the fourth, because I knew my main was almost mined out.
Yep, so that's good timing on the fourth. You're getting your gas at your third. But right now you're sitting on 2,400 minerals right now and 500 gas. So think if you got those gases a little bit earlier, you can be building more infestors, getting more upgrades and stuff. Your minerals right now is looking like you've been in this game for about 35 minutes and you have 6 bases. Right now we're only at 20 minutes and you're only at 3 bases that are mining.
Huh, okay.
So you need to be doing a little bit better now. Here comes a pretty beastie push, and right now you don't have any army at all. You do have infestors out there, but infestors are... they're fun harassment tools, okay? They can be fun harassment tools, but you should always have infestors with your army at all times. Fungal growth, I'm a Terran player. I can't stand fungal growth. And it looks like you're just mainly using your infestors as an infested Terran type ball. That's really, I mean, if you can sneak some into his natural and throw down a bunch of infested Terran, hell yeah. That is an awesome tool to use. But for the most part, you should have your infested Terran with your army at all times.
Okay.
And you should be using it for fungal. So let's go to the units tab. Right now you have 4 Mutalisk, 4 infestors. That is your army right now. That is nothing. You have 3,300 minerals right now. You can max out on Lings right now and probably win the game. Because he has 13 Marines and 4 Marauders.
Wow, yeah, okay. That's definitely true.
And your fourth is just now getting a queen. I mean, your creep spread, you're obviously slacking on it.
Yeah.
You said yourself when we watched it the first time through, though, that there's a lot you can do with your creep here.
Ugh.
But it's okay. It's not that bad. Now you are getting your gas at your fourth. Right now, like I said in the first replays, whenever you're sitting over 1,200 minerals and you can't spend it, throw out a macro hatch, throw out an expansion. Just spend that minerals, because what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with having extra hatcheries, ever. I mean, unless you throw down 6 hatcheries at the beginning of the game and you have no money for units. But at this point, you're obviously not having a problem with minerals. Now, you are doing this infestor harassment again. You lost 2 infestors there, and you did almost no damage.
Yeah.
Like I said, infestors shouldn't be really used for this type of harassment. Like I said, you see Destiny doing it all the time, but that's because he has the micro and the macro to spend that 3,000 minerals to sacrifice those hatcheries. So you are getting spine collars on at your expansion, which is pretty good. You want to get the spore there just in case, though, in case like a cloak banshee comes or something. You always want to be prepared for that. But right now we have 7 banelings, we have 21 lings, 4 mutalisk, and 6 infestors. There's a big problem with that. The infestors are a support unit. The mutalisk are a support unit. The lings are a support unit, and the banelings are a support unit. So, unless you have all of these support units in a huge amount, they're bad. So, you just need to be getting more lings. You need to be getting more banelings. Right now, you're sitting on 3,400 minerals. He's sitting on 500. This guy is spending his minerals. He's keeping his minerals low. If you were just dumping all of your minerals into lings, into banelings, into anything, look right now, you're sitting on 900 gas. Just think if you built like 8 mutalisk right now.
Yeah.
And you're actually harassing decently. All your mutalisk attacks before were like the infestor attacks. You sent them in, you maybe killed an SCV or 2, but then you lost all of your mutalisk. Right now, if you'd been building mutalisk constantly and you hadn't lost any, you'd have a pretty scary mutaball right now. The scariest thing to a Terran, besides infestors now, is the mutalisk ball. When they get big, you can snipe a turret with 1 shot and just wreak havoc onto your SCVs.
Okay.
I mean, he's just now taking his third. You're on 4 bases, sitting on 3k minerals. Think of how well you'd be doing right now. You need to get Overlord speed. You don't have Overlord speed right now. But you definitely need to do that. You need to be scouting better. I mean, let's swap to your vision real quick. What do you see here? Well, I guess you did scout recently. Never mind. Wow, nice. But there could be a lot more that's getting done. Let's go back to everyone vision. Like, you don't see the double engineering bay. He's almost 3-3. Let's look at your upgrades. Broodlord 0-0. Banelings 1-1. So your upgrades are really not that great. I mean, you're getting 2-2 now, but I mean, you're anticipating going. You got the Spire early. Should have been getting those +1 weapon, +1 armor, and then you knew you were going to be going Broodlord. Should have gotten that +2 weapon, +2 armor.
Don't broodlings get the melee upgrade though?
The broodlings do, but each broodling shot when it hits the ground does an initial damage. Hits for 20 damage
really?
when they hit, and then the broodlings turn into the ground units. So the
I didn't know that.
plus air weapons does help the broodlords a lot. Now,
okay.
look at this right now. You finally spent your minerals, and you have 186 food to his 129. You are using your infestors properly. Look at those fungal growths, man. You devoured him. You lost about 20 food in that engagement. And he lost his entire army. Now, right now, you, like you said earlier, you wasted way too much money on, or you wasted way too many of your corruptors on those broodlords. So now you have no corruptors to defend against these Vikings. But, I mean, look at the food count now. 180 to 94. There's no way he should be able to win this now. I mean, he's just now taking his third. I mean, and his expansion was a planetary fortress. That's a lot of... We're 30 minutes into the game. Think of his expansion had been, building mules the entire time.
Right,
not playing this efficiently at all. And, I mean, you are on 4 bases, but... Income tab 61 harvesters. It's 30 minutes in the game. You haven't lost a single drone to an attack all game. Should be at that max yet, right now. You should have way better creep sped. Right now, the entire half of your map, seeing as how he is not going to be killing creep tumors at all, should be covered with purple.
Yeah, my creep spread's pretty bad.
But there's only so much you can do. Like I said, you're only Gold League, and your micro, there's only so much you can focus on, but just something to think about. That creep spread is huge, and if anything, if it's a good Terran, he'll be wasting scans. You don't want him using mules. He'll be wasting scans to kill the creep tumors. So here comes your push. You don't have very many banelings with it, but that's fine. The lings are a good support unit. Now, here comes your attack. You're actually taking shots right now from those siege tanks. That's not that great, but here come in your corruptors. You're going to be doing some damage to the Vikings. You're just kind of running your infested Terran in here to this planetary fortress and dying. Set your lings and stuff back. Have your corruptors kill the Vikings. Put things on hold position, and just have your broodlords kill that planetary fortress, so you're not losing all these lings and stuff. Right now, you have no ground force now. You lost all your infestors. You only have infested Terran on the ground now. You could have just sniped that expansion with the broodlords and had cryptors defending it. But I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious that you've won. There's really not much more you can do here. There's not much more to say. I mean, you just attack his base. You should be reinforcing a lot better. I mean, look at your main right now. You're on a huge offensive right now. Why do you have these broodlords being undefended? Send these lings in earlier. Just have the rally points for all your hatcheries to his base. Just flood in units. You reinforce just slightly better. Like, no point in building up a second army when that second army could be helping defend your first.
That is true.
And you really like Infested Terran, it seems like.
Yeah, I do.
Fungal Growth, man. Fungal Growth is the king of this game. Don't use anything but it.
Really?
Infested Terran, like, they're okay, but I've never gone, damn it, I lost this game to Infested Terran. They're so good. I've been harassed by Infested Terran, and it might have done some damage, but for the most part, it's Fungal Growth is what kills people.
Alright.
Now here comes your second group of Broodlords in. Well, you still don't have any Corruptors, man. You saw how much damage, and look how much you're sitting on 2,000 minerals. You're out of gas now, but I mean, think if you had, 3 more bases just mining gas. You don't even have to have them mining minerals there. You just get the gas. You're so gas starved right now. Look at your mineral to gas ratio. It's
that's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Just throw down hatcheries in 3 places and get those 6 gases. 3 drones in each of them. I mean, you don't need the minerals right now. You got them on the burger right now. You got 9 corruptors building right now, but look at your larva injects. This queen in the base, 180 energy. This queen, 200 energy. This queen, 186 energy. This queen, 200 energy. This queen, 200 energy. You're not larva injecting at all. So put all your queens on 1 keybind, put all your hatcheries on 1 keybind, and just do the larva injects from the minimap. And if it's too much, if it's too difficult for that, you can have them all on 1 keybind. The closest queen will always be the one to eject.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that happens. That's really good to know.
Yeah. So I mean, your larva injects could be a lot better. Like right now, you're only reinforcing based off of larva that is spawning, not larva that is being, forced out by a queen. And you could be having such a bigger army right now. You could be crushing this guy so much harder. I mean, think if there was like 50 speedlings running around his base right now, instead of, just the 3 broodlords you have here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. So there's so many situations where you could have won this game, but just because of silly little things that you didn't either know or you thought were good, it just delayed it. I mean, you still won, which is good. You definitely outplayed this guy, like, greatly. But a couple more of those tiny mistakes you have been making would cause you to lose 10 times faster.
Right.
And you'd actually be worse than him. So all it is just fixing up these tiny little mistakes, and you'll be, like, this wouldn't be a 33-minute game. It'll be a 12-minute game where you bailing busted him, and he has nothing, and you win.
Okay.
So, I don't really know what more, like, I kind of just hammered into you there. I feel kind of bad because there was a lot of things I saw.
Oh no, I wrote everything down. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. But, I mean, for the most part, it's just you need to be macroing slightly better, and you focus too much on the small things, and you need to, focus on a couple things at a time. Like your larva injection, your creep spread should be, for the most part, almost all your attention until you're able to do that without thinking about it.
Okay.
Alright, so we're done with this replay for now, and we can
Sure.
go ahead and back out of it. So guys, this is what it looks like. The first half of my coaching session, it goes like this. The second half is just us playing. I'm spectating and talking into his ear, telling him what he can be doing differently. Just like, pretty much yelling in his ear like, no, don't do that, do this. And that's what the second half is like. But this is what the first half looks like. And if you guys are interested in coaching, you may send me an email at starcraftsquad@gmail.com. I charge $8 per hour. I coach all 3 races to a diamond level. If you're wanting Master League coaching, I only coach Terran because I do not play random anymore. I've stopped playing random so I can focus 100% on Terran. But if you're interested in coaching, email me at starcraftsquad@gmail.com. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/starcraftsquad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.